Hello students. Today let's look at the line by line explanation of the chapter The Necklace from the book First Flight. Let's move on to the video now. The Necklace is written by Guy de Maupassant, a French author. He is remembered as the master of the short story form and as a representative of the naturalist school, who depicted human lives and destinies and social forces in disillusioned and often pessimistic terms. The story, The Necklace, teaches you a very important lesson. It teaches you to be happy with whatever little you have, with what you are, and not to be selfish and expect too many things. Now, in this story, the young lady, she was born in a middle class family, but she wanted to be someone in the high society, and she would do anything to get there. And what all she did and what happened to her is the part of this story. So let's get on to the story. She was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. So the lady we are talking about is a very young lady. She is very pretty, and it was as if by a mistake. Error of destiny means by a mistake she was born into a family of clerks. That means she was born into a middle class family. She was not a rich lady. She was just an ordinary girl, as if by mistake she was born into a middle class family. She had no dowry. What is dowry? Dowry is parental property to a girl. So she had no dowry, no hopes, no means of becoming known, loved, and married by a man either rich or distinguished, and she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education. So she was not rich, and she had no chance of becoming famous in any way, because she couldn't be married to a rich man or even to an important man, distinguished man, important man. And she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education, and she was married only to a clerk who worked in the office of the Board of Education. So she was married to a man of a normal, ordinary family, a middle class family. She was simple, but she was unhappy. So this young lady, was a simple girl. She didn't have all the showpieces and all, whatever she wanted, and therefore she was not at all happy. She was unhappy. She suffered incessantly. What is incessantly? It means constantly, without any stop. She always suffered thinking about her poverty. So she suffered incessantly, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. That means she always aspired for all great things she wanted, all luxuries in life. She wanted to have all the beautiful things, costly things, but then she was not able to afford these things. So, therefore, she was always unhappy. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls, and the worn chairs. So she did not like the house she was staying in because it did not look good due to the shabby walls and the chairs. Everything was dirty and not good. So this also made her very sad. All these things tortured and angered her. So when she would keep looking at these things, they made her very sad, and she would become angry because of the untidy look of her house. She would only dream of the fancy things all the time. When she seated herself for dinner opposite her husband, who uncovered the tureen with a delighted ear, saying, "Oh, the good pot pie." So, one day, what happened? She was sitting with her husband, and he uncovered the tureen. Tureen means a deep covered dish from which soup is served. So, with great happiness, with a delighted air means with happiness. So, he was overjoyed. Her husband was very happy to see the pot pie prepared for him. Pot pie is a kind of a dish. I know nothing better than that. The lady, the young lady. What did she say? So, whenever her husband would be happy for the food she would serve or prepare for him, she would say, I know nothing better than that. She would think of elegant dinners of shining silver. She thought of the exquisite food served in marvelous dishes. So, she would think of the dinners that the people of high society have. She would only think of silver vessels from which the people of high society eat. So, she would keep thinking about all that. She wanted to eat like a rich lady. But all this was impossible in the house of a clerk who was getting a meager salary. She had neither frocks nor jewels, nothing, and she loved only those things. So, she did not have good clothes and jewelry. She did not have any of these things, and she always longed to have costly and beautiful dresses and jewelry for herself. She wanted to have them, but, but, this lady couldn't have all these things, and she wanted to sit and move about like a rich lady. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, who she did not like to visit. She suffered so much when she returned. This lady, she had one friend who was very rich, but she would never like to visit her because whenever she would come back after visiting her, she would feel upset. She would go sad and angry after seeing her luxurious life, after seeing her richness, her comfortable life. And they both were the classmates. They had studied together in a convent. But see, the life of both of them was different. It all depends upon destiny, actually, isn't it? So she wept for whole days from despair and disappointment. So this young lady, she would always cry most of the time, every time, because she did not have all such comfortable things as her friend had. She was not happy with the kind of life she was living. She would sulk throughout the day. One evening, her husband returned elated, bearing in his hand a large envelope. So one day, when her husband came back from his office, from his work in the evening, he had an envelope in his hand. He came back with an envelope in his hand and he was looking very happy. Elated means happy. Here he said, here is something for you. And he told her, husband's name is Mr. Loisel. So he told his wife's name is Matilda. You'll come to know later on. So he told his wife that it is for her. She quickly drew out a printed card on which were inscribed these words: the Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Ramponneau ask the honor of Mr. and Madame Loisel's company Monday evening, January 18 at the minister's residence. So, the young and the beautiful lady quickly pulled out the printed card because she was excited to know what it was about. It was an invitation from the minister, and both of them, Mr. and Mrs. Loisel, they had been invited for a dinner party at the house of the Minister of Public Instruction. And she was supposed to be delighted. She was supposed to be happy as per her husband. Her husband, Mr. Loisel, had expected that she would be very happy. Instead of being delighted, as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation spitefully upon the table, murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with that?" Spitefully means angrily. And murmuring means low sound of dissatisfaction. So, Mr. Loisel had expected that his wife would be happy after getting the invitation, but the result was the opposite. She got really angry and threw the card while murmuring something. She asked her husband, what did he want her to do with the card? But my dearie, I thought it would make you happy. You never go out, and this is an occasion, and a fine one. Everybody wishes one, and it is very select. Not many are given to employees. You will see the whole official world there. So now Mr. Loisel, he began making her understand that he thought that she would be happy as she never went out, and this was a rare occasion to which not many employees were invited. He also told her that she would be meeting a lot of people from his office there. She looked at him with an irritated eye and declared impatiently, what do you suppose I have to wear to such a thing as that? So now Matilda, Mrs. Loisel, asked her husband, what could she wear to such a big party, such a grand party? For she did not have any good dress, and she was very angry with her husband because of this. He had not thought of that, he stammered. Why, the dress you wear when we go to the theatre. It seems very pretty to me. He was silent, stupefied, in dismay at the sight of his wife weeping. He stammered, what is the matter? What is the matter? So, the husband had thought his wife would be happy receiving the invitation, but it was all messed up. And then, after seeing his wife weeping, he stammered. As he had not thought of that, he first asked her to wear the dress that she wore when they went out for movies. But then, as she was weeping, he asked her about the matter. The word dismay. Dismay means distress caused by something unexpected. And stupefied means make someone unable to think or feel properly. Make someone unable to feel properly. Okay. By a violent effort, she had controlled her vexation and responded in a calm voice, wiping her moist cheeks. Nothing, only I have no dress and consequently I cannot go to this affair. Give your card to some colleague whose wife is better fitted out than I. Now, vexation. Vexation means the state of frustration. Okay, so now the lady wiped her tears from her wet cheeks and she replied very calmly that she could not be a part of such a grand party, such a grand affair, and that he should give away the invite, the card, to some other colleague whose wife was better than her, whose wife must be having better dresses than her. So I hope you liked today's video. Let's look at the next part of this lesson in my next video. Till then, goodbye.